there, welcome to the Brand Talk. I am Jeanette, an educator and creative who believes every person is a brand. Today, I am joined by Evelin Garay, who is a financial advisor. And thank you for being here, Evelyn.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank
I
you for your
appreciate
time. Let's chat. You're a financial advisor, you're Latina,
Yeah.
you're gorgeous, you have a great
Thank you.
personality. How did how did you become you?
Me, I was no. I was like I was born. As far as like becoming a financial advisor, it just kind of stemmed from my dad. I mean, my dad was he was my biggest influence in my life. Unfortunately, he's not here anymore. He did pass 4 years ago.
My condolences.
Thank you. But he was bien movido. He was always going, doing something. He was a DJ before. He was an entrepreneur. He just wanted to be an entrepreneur. We just didn't know that path on how to get there. And he was the type of dad where you would walk around with him in restaurants or the city or LA and everybody knew who he was.
Oh.
I was like, oh, Saul, and this and that. And I'm over here like, oh my God, another person I have to talk to.
Tengo que saludar, respeto.
Hi. But he'd be that person where, everybody kind of knew who he was because he was very social. He always talked to everybody. He had a good thing about him where if you needed help, he would do it for you if he could. But he was always wanting to be an entrepreneur. So I think that kind of stemmed from seeing him and how he was and being out and about and learning, knowing, getting to know people and actually getting to know them like on a friend level. And it kind of spearheaded what I'm doing now as a financial advisor because I'm meeting a lot of great people and I'm meeting a lot of entrepreneurs and Latinos and business owners. So it's now I'm that type of person where I go somewhere and I know somebody, and it's now like trickling back to where my dad was always telling me, oh, saluda, say hi, because he knew everybody. So I think it was his influence that definitely made me want to be a financial advisor because he didn't know how to necessarily start on how to become an entrepreneur, especially with like the financial stuff. Yeah.
Do you feel as though now that he has passed, is that something that you have that helps you feel like closer to him in a way?
I do. I mean, I did a lot of things. Like even my brother did pass away too when he was 20 years old. So I had two of my best friends pass away. When my brother had passed, I did something to remember him, and I think for this one, it's more of I saw how hard my dad worked, and I saw how he tried to become an entrepreneur, but he always needed that security of a 9 to 5 and wanting to make sure that he had money coming in for the family. But secretly, he wanted to become something different. He wanted to be a business owner, but just didn't know how to raise capital or how to actually put money to work. So that's what inspired me to become a financial advisor because of my dad. Because if it wasn't for him not knowing or for us not knowing how to do something, then I would have probably helped him out and become a business owner that he wanted. So now I'm doing that for others, trying to make sure that even if they don't want to become a business owner, it's still making sure you know how your money works for you instead of you doing the other way around.
What exactly is a financial manager? A financial, and the reason I ask that is because I've met people in my walk of life who have presented themselves as being somebody who could help me
Yeah.
with my finances.
Yeah.
But I feel like that term for me, my knowledge is a little loose.
Yeah.
I can understand it would be to other people. What is your definition, or what exactly
Is a financial advisor.
is a financial advisor?
I mean, everybody has their way of doing things. So it's not, you have to trust the person. That's one thing, because money is you're exposing everything that you have at home. So it's how you manage your bills, how you manage your life, how you spend your money, how you make your money work, where do you work, how much do you do. So it's so many things that you're exposing to one person. You have to trust the person. And if they're not going to walk you through and educate you and guide you through these steps, and you feel a little push to do something, see if it's something that fits you and see if it's somebody that you can actually trust. Because if you don't feel confident in what they're showing you, it's not the right advisor for you. I mean, I tell that to my clients or people that I'm talking to all the time. If you don't feel comfortable with me getting to know who I am, getting to know my personality, we can't have a conversation without it feeling kind of dry, then maybe I'm just not the right fit for you. Because at the end of the day, we all kind of do the same thing as far as where money should go, but you have to trust the person that's doing that for you, because then you're not going to feel confident in what the actual plan is. So I could talk about what a financial advisor does, but I think since we all kind of do the same thing, it's more of, can you really trust this person to be in your most intimate world, which is the finances of your home, and actually trust that they know what they're doing to guide you in the best way and make your money work for you.
What I'm gathering is sort of like we have like spiritual people that help us,
Mm-hmm.
like spiritual coaches
Mm-hmm.
to help you with the walks of life and things. A financial advisor is somebody who I can trust with like my money
Mm-hmm.
and tell them these are all my bills, these
Mm-hmm.
are my goals, this is what I want my money to look like when I'm 80 or 50 and want to retire. Then you would be somebody who I would want to connect with to help me understand how to grow
Yeah.
and like keep my money like safe.
Yeah. And I mean, and some people like, it's different, because I approach things a little bit differently than other advisors. Some people like, give me the straight talk, like, I just want this, I don't want the flowers, and I don't want the guidance, I just need this and this. Totally fine. Everybody's different. So, I'm more of a person that comes from a background that understands that money is scary, especially the Latino community.
See,
It's
yeah.
it's definitely something we don't talk about in the house.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that we never share to anybody. And especially exposing how much you make or how much you don't make, it's embarrassing sometimes to
Mm-hmm.
people, and it's not so much because it's not a good thing of what they're doing. They just feel like maybe it's not the right thing that they're doing, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe, hey, we don't talk about this because this is our business.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can help navigate that in the Latino community, because I focus on that, it's easier to have that conversation with someone when you're starting to build that trust with them than if you're just going right into the conversation of financial advice. Because there's some people that will do it, that just give me the facts and give me what I need to know and get my money working. And there's some people that you need to hold them a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
because they need a little bit more tenderness on the guidance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would be one of those people because I want money is really sensitive.
Yeah.
You used a specific term to describe it. You said money is like clothing, or money is like something. So when you take it off, you're like naked. Like
Yeah.
you show people your money, and here I am naked
Yeah.
on your table. Like that's very intimidating.
Yeah.
And I can only trust a very specific person
Yeah.
to see it, let alone tell me what to do.
Yeah.
So I think that from what you're explaining and the people that I have met in the past, like Hispanic people were really shy, were really iffy, were really
Yeah.
skeptical, and even more so money. I grew
Yeah.
up, and my tia said, "You don't talk about money. You don't talk about politics.
Yeah.
You don't talk about religion."
Yep. That's
Never.
it.
So I didn't learn from my parents.
Yeah.
So now you're kind of forced to learn by trial and error,
Yeah.
unless you come across someone who wants to teach you, not just take your money.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing is that, when we're talking about Latino community, it's, yes, they say that all the time. I've heard it in the past, like, we don't talk about money, we don't talk about politics, we don't talk about any of those major things, because either of the shame or the embarrassment, or what is this person going to say about me, what is this person going to say. And I think it's more of que va a decir la gente,
Sí.
or it's, oh no, you're not supposed to talk about that because whatever, because they're going to judge you about like how much you make or how much you don't make or what you're doing. So it's a lot of that. It's a lot of shame. So when I talk to, especially my Latino community and my older generations, it's letting them know, like, hey, mira, we're not here to judge. I'm not here. I've seen everything. I have seen almost everything that I can see in financial world. Nothing is going to surprise me unless it's something else that I have not seen before. but I'm not here to judge you. And some people too, it's like they don't want to ask questions, and because they don't want to feel dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And you should ask questions. It's your money. You
Mm-hmm.
need to ask questions. Ask all the questions, even if it seems like, oh, esta pregunta es tonta. Like, I don't think I should ask this. Ask it. Because maybe it's something that if feels for you, it's going to feel a little more comfortable
Mm-hmm.
for you to tell me than for you to hold it in, and that makes your decision of, you know what, never mind, I'm not
Yeah.
going to do anything because you didn't ask that one question. Um, but it happens in Latino communities. We're always so afraid of somebody thinking bad of us or ill of us and judge us for something that has nothing to do with who we are.
Mm-hmm.
It's money's supposed to be the tool for your life, not like the burden of your life.
Yeah.
But Latinos are very, they will shame you, especially if you tell like your tia y their tío, or my tia told me this and my tia told me this. It's, you kind of take other people's advice seriously también, but if it comes from the family.
Yeah.
So if it's someone you trust that's telling you, you know, why not? I take my time when I talk to people about their money. It's a conversation that cannot happen overnight. It's a conversation that cannot happen in one or two meetings with them. It's an ever going conversation. And sometimes it takes me 5 or 6 meetings until somebody is like, okay, I made a decision. Because they need to feel confident and educated too. They need to know what's happening. If they don't know what's happening, then they're not going to do anything with it, and they're just going to stay the same. And I'm here to help you and help guide you, not to make you feel like you didn't learn anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what that. It's a hard topic.
No, but I think that requires a lot of patience
It
because
is.
not everybody learns the same or
No.
understands
No.
the same. Where do you think that just comes from like your passion to help people, or where do you find like that patience to help people?
My daughter.
That's a great answer.
No, and I think it's learning over the years, because I've never been one to rush anybody or to be impatient with anybody. Obviously, we all get impatient with certain people, but I think, and I say my daughter because being a mom now, it's made me learn how to be patient, because you're dealing with a little human that doesn't know how to manage their emotions and is throwing fits and trying to learn how to navigate the world because they're so little, and you already know what you know, so you're trying to get them to comprehend, and if they don't, it's like, well, why don't you comprehend? I already know what I'm talking about. Why don't you understand this? But it's I think she's taught me more of that patience of, especially when it comes to generations that we don't understand the financial education, or we don't have that, backing of, well, my parents didn't teach me anything, they were learning themselves, so now we're trying to figure it out. So
Yeah.
especially, immigrant families, like my dad came from Zacatecas, Mexico, when he was 16, and my mom was born here, but funny enough, my dad had that switch of, I want to learn about this, I want to learn about this, instead of very closed-minded.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to learn about everything, how to do this, how to do this, how to work this, and how to make this grow, and it was a lot of education that he wanted to learn.
Mm-hmm.
But he wasn't one for the books. He didn't want to read, he didn't want to read about it, he wanted to learn from somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever he got from his friends or maybe other entrepreneurs that he met, that
Yeah.
was the information he was gathering. Or he would ask me, he's like, oh, she's going to college, she knows what she's talking about.
Oh my god,
like,
such a typical Hispanic parent.
It's like, she's educated, she understands this more than I do, and it's like, no. At that time, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you want me to do.
And that's so funny. I've never heard anybody say it exactly like
Yeah.
that before. But that was definitely my
Yeah.
experiencing.
Yeah, because your parents, if you go to school, they automatically think like, oh, ella sí sabe, like she can do it.
Jonas, I don't
It's
know.
like, no, what do you mean?
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, like you didn't teach me this when I was growing up, so now I'm learning it, but I don't know enough to like make these big decisions for you.
Yeah.
It's rooted like that. I mean, whenever we have a immigrant family coming over and then they have their kids go to school, it's like, oh, now they're educated. they can do this first now. They can figure this out. So my dad used to ask me all these questions of, are you, do you know this, or what should I do here, or what should I do there, or look, Mija, they told me about this new thing. Like, should I do it? I'm like, I don't know.
Let me go.
Hold on. I just got out of high school. But it's a lot of that, and then the patience definitely is stemming from my daughter, because when I started, she was 6 months old, 7 months old. So I had to learn fast how to be a mom, and I had to learn fast how to be a business owner right away. And I think if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. Like, it'd be a totally different thing.
Yeah.
So kudos to my daughter.
Shout out to her when she's old
Shout
enough
out to my daughter.
to watch and understand. But the reason why I asked you that question, I think it stems from another personal trauma. I think that sometimes people also feel intimidated by the fact that they need the 5 meetings to understand
Yeah.
and to make a decision.
Yeah.
I think that people also feel intimidated by the fact that I don't know. I think sometimes I haven't talked to somebody, or I haven't followed through with something because damn, this person met with me 5 times and I'm just still like, this is embarrassing. So with that question, I wanted to open that door for other people who perhaps feel like that.
Yeah.
Like, no, like, your financial advisor shouldn't be a quick thing.
Mm-mm.
Like, it should take a long time.
Yeah.
The longer that it takes, I would even argue the better, because the more you know me
Yeah.
and you know my goals, the better you
Yeah.
can like advise me based on what my goals are.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just telling me based on like what you see.
Yeah.
But numbers are just numbers. Like, the person is
Yeah.
who makes like the story, you
Yeah.
know? Do you feel like that's something that you deal with in the Hispanic community?
I do, and there's some that I don't. It's just, and here's the thing: if you're the way that you're saying it, as like after 5 meetings, I would feel embarrassed because I haven't made a decision yet. Then I failed at my job, guiding you and trying to make you understand what's happening. Because one thing is that if by the time we hit 5 meetings and you're still not sure, it's because something I said or did not make you feel comfortable, and then that's why your decision is taking time. Now, there could be sometimes where people are like, oh, I'm not ready because something happened in my life, and I can't make a decision right now, and it's not the right time anymore. I've come across those those type of clients, but at the end of the day, there's always a reason for it. And if it's because you're confused and you're still not sure, it's because I didn't do my job. So it's not necessarily the person.
Okay.
Because I will walk you through however you need me to. And I feel like at this point, I can read people a little bit, and not everybody, but I can read at least some people and kind of navigate where they're going to, or what they need, or what they're searching for. And sometimes you just need someone else in the conversation that can make you feel a little more comfortable. So like if it's my older generations, I always invite the kids. Bring your daughter, bring your son, because that's who makes the decisions for you sometimes.
And you're helping the, what is it called, the lineage,
Yeah.
like keep the ball rolling for the next
Yeah.
generation.
Because sometimes you just need a little bit of comfort next to you. So if it's, if you have like, and some people with kids, and they're like, oh, it's because I have my kids and I don't have a babysitter, I can't have a meeting with you. Like, I'm sorry, it's hard. And bring your kids. I have a child, I know what that is. I'll bring you coloring books. You have a little one, I got coloring books at home, I'll bring them so they can be, I did a meeting one time with a mom who brought their 2 girls, and I literally projected a movie for them so they can watch it while we were talking.
Nice.
It's like there's ways to make this type of conversation a priority in your life, because we don't see it as a priority because we're making money, we're paying the bills are paid, my girls are fed, the kids are fed, the family's okay, we're able to go on places, but they don't see the back end of stuff. They don't want to dive deep into it because we don't have time. I don't understand it. Or, my job does it for me. We're okay. And but do you really know how all the pieces work?
Mm-hmm.
Can you take an hour of your day to figure out how these pieces work, and I can navigate that with you? And it's it's more of that instead of, do people really need it, or do they have enough education behind it? If I'm not doing my job, you're going to be confused after the first 2-3 meetings. And if you're still confused by then maybe it's me. Maybe you just don't like who I am, and you're like, I don't think I like to work with this person. Then I'm not it. I'm not the right fit. But at least if I can connect you with somebody else, then who can probably help you, or you can find somebody else that can probably help you, then maybe it was because I wasn't the right fit. So there's different ways. It's never the person's situation. It's normally either I didn't do my job to educate you enough, or you didn't feel comfortable with me after all, or it might just be the situation. It just wasn't the right time. But there's always something that we can do for someone, especially in the financial world.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have never heard anybody speak. To me, the financial world feels scary, like
Yeah.
rigid almost, like regimented. There's like processes, structure.
Yeah.
It's very complicated words that I came from El Salvador. I came here when I was 10. So
Okay.
there's a lot of words in English that I
Yeah.
still don't know.
Yeah.
So, and let alone imagine parents who came here when they were older and never even got to maybe even, get comfortable with the language, or
Yeah.
how kind of the United States and the process kind of works. So, just if I myself feel that way, and I've gone to college, I have a master's in communication. Like, I know what it's like to navigate resources. I know
Yeah.
what it's like to not know what to ask, but ask anyway.
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to do. I don't know how to do it. I don't know what to
Yeah.
ask you, but this is my goal. Can you please help me?
Yeah.
Like, these are things that people wouldn't even, if you're too shy, you won't get to ask those questions, right? So I think I've never heard somebody so openly say, you know what, if you're not getting it, maybe it's me.
Yeah.
Or maybe you just don't vibe with me, and maybe you need a
Yeah.
different kind of person.
Yeah, because money it's not so complex. It's numbers. Numbers don't lie. We have formulas and things that we can plug and play and see what the analysis is. That is the easy part. It's the person that's different, because money is an emotional thing. I mean, tell me that some people don't do retail therapy. A lot of people go shopping to make themselves feel better.
Yeah.
They're spending. The decision has been made, and it's an emotional decision. And if you are having a hard time connecting, or if you're having a hard time, figuring things out because I didn't do my job, or you're just not vibing with me, then it's an emotional decision. You are choosing that this is just not the right person. I don't feel right about this person. It's always about feelings. Logic comes second. You're always going to make a decision based off emotions first.
True.
And then the logic comes in. It's like, oh, well, maybe this was not the right thing I should have done, or maybe actually, no, this was good. Like, I made the right choice. So we're emotional people. And if that doesn't get dismantled a little bit when we're having a conversation on finances, then you're just not comfortable. And that's okay. If you're just not comfortable with the person, find somebody else. And that's okay. I'm not going to take offense to it. If I'm at least opening up the conversation and having your partner and yourself, or you talk to your family about it, then I at least did something for you. Because sometimes it sparks conversations in people, and that they didn't realize that they should have. And they just didn't do anything with me, and that's totally fine. But I at least started something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you say I get in touch with you? How do we start? What does connecting with you look like?
So, I mean, obviously, phone number. And then I do have a social media, Instagram. DMs are a little bit tough because I don't know who's coming through and who's legit and who's not. But my phone number is the main thing. Normally, when I connect with people, it's the people that I have met so far have always been referrals from other clients, or I have met them at a networking event or some time event. I've even met some people at Disneyland.
Oh. You're in the line, you're chatting.
I'm in the line, we're chit-chatting, and our kids are playing, and I get the person's number, and we exchange numbers, and we meet up, and they ask me what I do, and it kind of just goes from there. So I've met some people at I've met some people at random places sometimes. At a FedEx line too.
Out of
Yeah, we were just waiting because the printer was down. I still remember it. The printer was down and we were in line and she was like, "Oh, what are you waiting for?" Because I had a stack of papers I needed to print,
Oh.
and it was a plan. It was a financial plan. It was like almost 100 pages. And she's like, "Oh my God, that's a book." I'm like, "Yeah, it's a financial plan." And she's like, "What do you mean? What do you do?" And it just started the conversation and got her number. So, but it's the best way is always the phone. It's my phone number, and I will give it out to you guys at the end of this if you need to. But it's always the best way to contact me because I'm always on my phone because I'm always either calling clients, texting clients, doing this, doing that. My phone is in my hand all the time, which my daughter tells me, "Mom, put it away." Because sometimes when I'm playing with her, I'm emailing somebody about something, and she's like, "Mommy, are you working?" I'm like, "Yes." She's like, "Put your phone away."
Shouldn't it be the opposite?
No, she tells me there's days where I'm doing puzzles with her, and I see something that comes up, and I'm like, "Oh my God, let me email them real quick." And she will literally grab my phone and turn it around and put it away.
Okay.
She does that to me, and it's crazy because my daughter has seen me work since she was 7 months old. I mean, obviously in 7 months she's not gonna get it, but I've had her sitting with me, like bottle feeding her and typing away and doing things, and so she's seen the progression. And before, when I would work a lot from home, when she was smaller, I'd take my Zoom meetings at home. So I'd close the door, so she understood that if the door is closed, it's because mommy's in a meeting.
Yeah.
So now she understands, like, if I leave her somewhere and I'm like, "Mija, I have to go to a work thing." "Okay, mommy." It's not a fight. It's not like, "No, don't leave, don't leave." It's, "Okay, mommy. It's fine." I just left her right now at her dad's house. She's like, "Mom, are you going to work?" "Yes." "Okay, bye. See you later."
I think that's cute though because she's watching you and that's
Yeah.
who she'll become.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She wants her own little laptop. She always wants her own little, like, keyboard because she sees me typing away, like, emails and a bunch of things that I have to do for clients. And she's just looking at me. She's like, "Mom, can I do it?" I'm like, "No, wait. This is important paperwork. Wait, don't do it yet."
I'm just thinking of a meme where they say when you're 18 years old and they want 20 years of experience.
I know. This is it. She's working with me. I got my little employee, my little assistant.
That's funny.
And she actually does join me on meetings, though. There's some times where I can't put her anywhere, so she's either in the background and she's watching a movie or something, and I'm having a meeting in front. And there's been days where it's on a Sunday or a Saturday, and I take a meeting with the client, and she's in the background, and sometimes she's got to go to the bathroom. So, "Mom, I got to go to the bathroom." I was like, "All right, guys, give me like 2 minutes. I'll be back." And I mean, they understand because it's hard working from home and having a child, especially on the weekends. If we have a weekend meeting, my daughter's going to be on the call.
Yeah.
So she's done that, and she's come with me sometimes to client houses, obviously asking the client first before I bring her. But she'll come with me, and she'll color with, if they have a child, she'll be playing with the child while I'm having a conversation with the parents, or if it's a younger couple, one of them is playing with her while I'm having a conversation with both of them. So it's worked out, and I think my daughter likes that. She likes to come to me to work. She's like, "Can I go with you? Can I go with you?" If there's a way that I can bring her, I'll bring her. If there's not, then I'll leave her at home.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I love that we're highlighting this because I think this is what the future is already here,
Yeah.
and this is what the future looks like.
Yeah.
You're an entrepreneur. You want to make money. You want to make things work.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but sometimes this is, these are. I helped my parents.
Yeah.
There was a recession really bad in 2008, and
yeah, I
my
remember
parents
that.
both had their jobs,
Yeah.
but very little. So at night they would clean like a Catholic school. So they would take my sister and I. My sister one night, me the other night, and we would go around like taking the trash, like cleaning the bathrooms to help them finish quicker because
Yeah.
this was at night. So we would get home maybe like at 2 or 3 in the morning, and
Yeah.
then we had to go to like school the next day. But I think that's just the hustle, like Hispanic
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
You come to hustle, and I feel like if I saw somebody doing that, I would trust them even more because that's how you know that the struggle, like
Yeah.
I understand you which
Oh
is
yeah.
why I want to help you like take care of your money so that you could have the luxury to like be able to do all these things without having to worry about like my kids and this and
Yeah.
that, like, you know.
Yeah, because sometimes, I mean, when I'm talking to families, especially because they have kids, they don't have no time for anything else. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't have time for anything else. And it's just my business and my daughter, my business and my daughter,
Yeah.
and obviously my clients, and making sure that, working on the business. But that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I go places, it's usually with my daughter. I will take her with me. We just went to Disneyland yesterday. It was for her last celebration of her birthday. I'm done until next year. But she had a blast. We had a little photo shoot at Disneyland, and she was walking around with her little dress. And I didn't do the bibbidi bobbidi. That thing is expensive, but it's extra. But she had it. She had blast. I mean, she's always with me on the weekends, and if for some reason I have to go somewhere, then obviously I can't take her. But she's always with me, and I think her seeing that has made her, I don't know if I can say appreciate it, because I think she's 4, so she doesn't understand
Yeah.
just yet. But she's seen all the things that mommy's doing, and she's like, okay, this is why, and this is what for, and she understands now that if mommy says she's working, she's working. So she can now separate from me if like
Yeah.
I need her to stay home or something. But
Yeah.
it's good to see. I mean, I see that, and I tell the parents too when I'm talking to them, like, it's bring your kids because they're a part of your plan.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have kids and you want to prepare them for college or you want to prepare them for other things, they have to be a part of the conversation. So if you want to bring them, bring them. I don't mind. I mean, unless they're distracting to you and you can't like have a financial conversation with them there, then fine.
Yeah.
I'll that you don't have to bring them, but don't make your kids a reason why you're not financially planning, because when it comes to it, if we get to the part where you're ready to either stop working or you're ready to say, you know what, I'm done, and nothing is planned and you're just kind of banking on your work to do it for
Yeah.
you, that's where we run into trouble. And
Yeah.
at that point, it's too late. I can't do much for you.
Yeah.
Um, we got to work with what we have at that point. So if we get it to it sooner, then, and it's not something you have to start with so much money. There's conversations we could have even if you feel like you don't have that much. It doesn't mean that it's just for people who are wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
It's for people who are ready to get their financial plan in order
Mm-hmm.
and make it make sense to them, instead of putting in the back burner or saying, "No, my work, I have things at my work, it's fine."
Yeah.
But do you know what you have to work? A lot of the times when I talk to people, they don't know what they have. And they're like, "Oh, I don't know. What is it invested in? Oh, I have no idea." Or what is it this? Oh, I have no idea. But my work takes this much money. That they do know. But they don't know anything else. And it's
Yeah.
like, if you don't understand what you have anywhere, then it's not a plan. You're just
Mhm.
kind of hoping it figures itself out.
Yeah.
And I hope it does, but it's better to just have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
Just clarity. Doesn't mean you're going to do something with me, but at least if I give you that clarity, it might help a little bit to kind of navigate your decisions.
What would you, in your experience, is there something that stands out among the Hispanic population in general? Like, there's always that one thing that everyone is hesitant on. What would you
It's
say?
giving people access to their money.
Access, like, let me tell you how much money I make.
That, and then they don't trust the banks too much because of. I remember there was something that happened in. I don't know if it was Mexico or another Latin American or country, but something happened where the banks pretty much took their money, and sorry, that was it. So Latinos are very hesitant on people coming in and making decisions on their money. The other thing too is Latino families make decisions as a family.
Mm.
They don't make decisions by themselves. So
Yes.
if Hispanic parents, if I'm in front of them and they have their kids who are older, they will talk to their kids.
Yeah.
So if I don't have that, so I say I bring the kids in the conversation, because
Mhm.
I know the family. I mean, I'm Latina, so I know the
Yeah.
family dynamic of the decision making.
Yeah.
If you're not making it as a family, you're not going to make it, especially for your older mother or father. If you're not in that conversation with them, they're not going to make a decision until you're ready.
Yeah.
Oh, es porque mi hija está trabajando. Es porque
Mm-hmm.
mi hija this. And they won't have a meeting until their daughter or their son is available.
Yeah.
Because they trust that their sons or their daughters is going to make a better decision for them.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to navigate with the way the Latino culture kind of has figured it out for us in the past. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I know I was telling you earlier, there's a lot of things that our parents instilled in us in the future. Anxiety is one of them.
Yeah.
And
Trauma.
the trauma. Because that's just what they've had. Or when you're a little kid, oh, ese hombre te va a llevar. It's like that anxiety started from when we were little.
Do you want that man to take you? Keep yelling.
Yeah.
And the man behind you.
He's like,
I'm not
what?
taking
I don't want these kids.
Oh,
But
man.
like they instilled me, or el cucuy te va a llevar
Yeah.
if you don't go to sleep. And the anxiety started from when we were
Yeah.
little. So like not having conversations around money, it kind of feels like there's a bit of anxiety around it as we get older, because it's like we don't know much about it, so we need to protect it.
Yeah.
Especially when you start making money. There's two types of people, and not just Latino culture, but there's two types of people that if you make money, you're going to spend it. Like it burns a hole in your pocket because now you have it and you never had it before. Or there's the other side where you have it now and you're like, oh my God, I need to do everything to protect it. So you do nothing with it, you just save it.
Those are two very extremes in
Yeah.
opposite directions.
And I see that a lot in Latino culture. It's one or the other. It's not even nothing in the middle. Like there's not one, and there's might be some where they're like, oh, we know what we're paying, like we know the bills, but that's it. Like they don't know anything else, and they might save a little bit, but doesn't go any further than that. So it's I've seen both extremes where they're like, I don't want to do nothing with it because I'm scared it's gonna go away.
Yeah.
What if something happens? Or what if this? Well, that's the anxiety part. That's where that trauma comes from. And then the spender is because they now have it, and their parents probably told them, no, you can't buy those toys. No, you can't do this. No tenemos dinero en la casa. Now they have it.
Now I'm
spend
buying
it.
every toy I see.
They're buying everything, and and that's what I mean. It's an emotional thing. Like it comes from family culture too. So you gotta navigate those two, and sometimes they're ready, sometimes they're not. But having at least a conversation is at least a starting point. So.
And you mentioned you started financial planning when your daughter was 7 months. She's about 4 years now.
Yeah.
So you've been doing this for quite some time.
Yeah.
What were you doing prior to that? What's your story?
So I used to do property management before.
Property management.
I worked with a lot of, and I think this also helped me get into the financial world. I worked with seniors, 55 plus.
Okay. Okay.
And
That's a difficult population, I think, a little.
They don't have a lot of things to do. So the manager's always busy. But I used to manage 400 apartments back in the day. And the thing that stood out to me when I was doing that is a lot of the seniors, because it was a tax credit affordable housing property, they did not have enough for anything else but their rent. Sometimes it was their full Social Security check,
Oh, wow.
and they needed either food stamps or they needed assistance. Maybe the church helped them out every single month. Maybe they went to the food bank and got food. And sometimes they would come to me to try to negotiate the cost of the rent.
Oh, wow.
And there's nothing I could do. There was sometimes where the kids would have to take care of them because the parents ran out of money, and because all they had was certain retirement accounts in place. And that's what also is the reason why I'm so passionate about helping younger couples or younger families or younger kids, or because if you don't start sooner to figure out what you're going to end up becoming when you're older, this could be your situation.
Yeah.
And it's sad to see someone who's in their 60s or in their 70s not eating because their check went to rent.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't tell their kids because they don't want their kids to worry. So their kids are over here thinking they're okay, and then they come to find out that they weren't really eating much, and now the kids have to step in and try to like help them navigate their finances a little bit because they don't have any money. So that's where one of my passions is also to make sure that people understand that in order to build the life you want when you're older, you need to figure out what you have now to make sure it's working for you in the future. Because if you don't understand the accounts that you have, they're going to run your life in the future.
Yeah.
Your money is going to make your decision on how you live instead of the opposite.
Yeah.
You need to give yourself that grace and give yourself the option to figure out how you want your life. Because if you're going to let your money do it, it'll figure it out for you.
Yeah.
And you might not live the lifestyle you're used to because you need to cut costs.
Yeah.
So, but that's what I was doing. It's sad to see. I obviously I did it for like 7 years, but it's really sad to see when seniors are barely making it.
Yeah. I didn't even think that was even a thing that happened, and
Yep.
completely oblivious to that.
Yeah.
But it makes sense what you say. So that to me translates to the earlier
Mm-hmm.
you can start
The better.
financial planning, the better.
Mm-hmm.
Is at 18? Can an 18-year-old, like, how,
I mean, as soon as you're an adult, you can.
as soon as you start to make money?
But I would say more so whenever you're ready to
Whenever
start.
you're
Because
ready.
the thing is that some people, even when they're 18, 20, they're not ready to start.
How do you know when you're ready?
I think it
What's
depends
being
on
ready?
the person. Because I mean, I think it's when you're ready to have the conversation. Because I've had some people where they said, "Oh, my sister would be perfect for this because I think I think she would like to talk to you." Then I call the sister, and the sister's like, "No, no, I don't need it." But I think it comes, like I said, I think it comes from shame or embarrassment or, well, why is this person calling me? Or the lack of trust. And
Yeah.
this is it's just, if you feel like you're not ready or you feel like you don't need it, it's not that you don't need it, it's maybe okay to start a conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like everybody would benefit from having a conversation, whether it's with me or with someone else that's a financial advisor or someone else that probably has one that they trust, that you can talk to. But it's always good to have the conversation and make sure you're doing something right. Because I mean, when people are trying to lose weight, sometimes they go and ask a personal trainer, or they ask someone who looks fit,
Yeah.
"Hey, can you help me lose weight?" Because I need the guidance. You'll go ask an expert for it. Why not for the financials? Why is that something difficult not to go ask a professional to just? We do this every day.
Yeah.
This is my life every single day. Like, I see nothing else. I'm not over here trying to become, a nurse or a trainer or this or that. This is all I do. And if this is what I do every day, then that means I'm paying attention to what's going on,
Yeah.
in the world or in, the money talks. And why not? It's just an open conversation. I'm not judging. I've seen a lot. So whatever you're going to come with, the conversation, it might not surprise me.
Nice.
And I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to help guide you. I'm not here to tell you that you're doing something wrong. Because maybe something happened. Or maybe you didn't learn from your parents, and that's what caused you to have these habits. So it's a safe space.
Do you think that, say I'm like $100,000 in debt,
Mm-hmm.
is that something that you also help people with? So not just planning like different accounts or just the income. Do you also help people kind of resolve? Is that part of the financial helping?
Normally, if people are in severe debt, it's not the right time to do financial planning because they need to take a handle on the debt. Because debt, unfortunately, there's a lot of people who are in debt, and it's the one thing they want to get rid of first. So they won't do anything to either save or put money away because all they want to focus on is that. I mean, there's resources that I can always point them in the direction to get a better handle on it, because I think that needs to be handled first, because it's almost like having like a black cloud over your head while you're trying to do something. So normally we can have a conversation, but I would probably point you to the different, resource directions,
Okay.
to figure that part out
Okay.
until we're ready.
Okay.
Because I think if you have so much hanging over you, it's a stress. So if we do financial planning, it might seem like an added expense that you don't want
Okay.
because you have this thing hanging over you.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it's something we can always navigate. It's not like it's impossible. It's just I might not be the right source yet,
Okay.
but we can have a conversation about it.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's exactly the reason why I asked you, because I think financial advisor, I'm also thinking that you're gonna help me with that part.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm understanding is, so if maybe if that's what my case is,
Mm-hmm.
then maybe there's a separate person. You can obviously like talk to me, like
Yeah.
advise me a little, and then point me to the right direction.
Yeah.
But for you, say I'm ready,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I don't have debt, like cool, I'll go straight to Evelyn, and she can help me plan what I have. She can help me plan for what my future goals are.
Yeah.
But if I have a little bit of debt, or if I have some debt, yes, I can come and talk to Evelyn, but she might, depending on the
Depends.
situation, kind
'Cause
of
there
maybe
might be-
connect me with someone else.
Yeah, because
Okay.
there might be room. There might be room to help. Like
Okay.
there might be something that we can do together.
Okay.
It just depends on how one and how everything is working in your household. Obviously, a deeper conversation with an individual would give me that kind of assessment. Because if there's enough money there, then there might be capacity. You just haven't navigated the debt yet, and sometimes that debt might be student loans. So that they haven't touched. Some people don't touch their student loans until like the government's forcing them to,
Okay.
and like, hey, now you need to make a payment.
So there's
Like,
no one side. Like
No.
literally every human being is like
Everything
completely
is-
different.
everything is different, and
Case.
sometimes that debt might be because you're a business owner and you have something you just purchased or something you just did,
Okay.
and so it just depends on the person.
Okay.
If it's all credit card debt, then that might be a little harder, because now you're throwing in chunks of money, because the credit cards are very the interest rates are insane when it comes to how much you have to pay back.
Okay.
It just depends. It's on the situation, and everybody has a different reason why they got into certain debt, and different reason why they got it to that point and didn't look at it. Maybe they just didn't trust anybody and had the right guidance, or maybe they had an injury and they needed to use it.
Yeah.
So there's so
Yeah.
many things that could have happened. So to just generalize the debt and say, if you're in a lot of debt, maybe it's not the right time. There could be a lot of reasons why
Okay.
someone got
That's
into it.
perfect.
Yeah. So it's always okay to have a conversation. It doesn't mean that you're not ready. And I don't want anybody to feel shamed because they have that. If you have it, disclose it so we understand a little more,
Okay.
and can help actually give you the right resources or guidance. If it's not me yet, then I'll point you in the right direction. If it is me and we just need to navigate that as well, then we'll navigate it.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
perfect. That's perfect. That's exactly where I wanted to go with that question, because I think sometimes we also don't give ourselves the opportunities to even start or to try something,
Yeah.
simply because we think, oh, I have this like over my head, and
Yeah.
I don't want them to know that I'm embarrassed, that they'll see that I have X amount of debt, and
Yeah.
because of that I can't move forward.
Yeah.
But that, if you're watching, you're listening, like that's not something that should deter you from looking
No.
for help. That's actually the reason why you should
Yeah.
maybe go out there and
maybe it's just-
have a conversation.
Yeah, because maybe it was just habits that you created and you didn't get a handle of it sooner. And this is where this is where the emotional
Yeah.
talk comes from. Like, money's emotional.
Yeah.
People make decisions first based off emotion. Do I like you? How do I feel about
Yeah.
you? Like, when you go on a date, you don't make decisions off of logic. Like, will this person add to my income, or would this person do they have a good job? Do they have a good No, it's like, oh my God, they have a good job. Oh my God, they have a good car outside. Like, the emotion of
Yeah.
it, and like, oh, I think I like this person. Like, I feel good with this person. It's the same thing. Everything is based off emotions. You don't start a business off of logic.
Yeah.
You start a business off emotion. Me, it was because I
Passion.
wanted to be there for my daughter. Because I didn't want to work a 9 to 5. Me, I wanted to do it because my dad was an entrepreneur and he didn't know how to do it. And it was also me because I didn't want the Latino community to just know one way and not understand the other options that they had.
Yeah.
And then being a single mom too. Like, it's hard to navigate being a single mom with everything you have to do for the kids because you're a 24/7 parent. If you don't have a co-parent, it's hard. So having all that Like, I understand where people come from when they say, "Oh my God, it's because my child, it's because my kids." I have a lot of single moms who are my clients.
Yeah.
Because it's also easier to have someone that understands your situation help you with your situation.
Yeah. I was also just thinking that sometimes, even if there are two parents,
Mm-hmm.
the mom is usually kind of doing everything,
Yeah.
and the dad is just bringing in the money.
Yeah.
So, also, how do you even plan with people who, like, you can't plan with the mom, even though she takes care of everything?
Yeah.
She's not the one that's bringing the money. So now we have to talk to someone who just brings the money but doesn't see how it's like distributed to make
Yeah.
the house like cohesive.
Yeah.
So I can see how there's a lot of hurdles for
Yeah.
like especially our Hispanic community
Yeah.
with our our family system.
And we make it work. I mean, I make it work with all couples. Like, there's been times where I've had conversations with the person who doesn't know what's going on in the house, and I'm like, "Well, what is this?" "Oh, I don't know. My wife handles it." Or the opposite. "Oh, I don't know. My husband takes care of it."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Okay, I'll get all the questions that I can out today, but if there's some things that are missing, then I'll send you like a worksheet for you to work on with your spouse so I can get a better understanding." Because the numbers are a little easier to just gather. It's just plug and play.
Yeah.
It's a little bit easier, but I need to understand what the goals are of this family. If they're on the same page, then it's an easier time. If they're on opposite ends, well, now I got to navigate that. Sometimes with as advisors, we play therapists too.
Yeah.
Like, therapist. I had a wife tell me, like, "Can you please, like, make my husband do this?" I'm like, "I don't know if I can, but I'll try." Like, I will put out the pros and cons of it, but I'm not gonna force him to. Like, I'm sorry that I'm trying, girl. I'm trying, but I can't work I'll try to work my magic as much as I can. But you navigate like that, and then sometimes you're counseling people because they did this because of an emotional decision of they saw someone struggle, or they saw someone pass away, or they had a death in the family, and there's a lot of things you see. So playing therapist sometimes is also something you do, and then obviously the financial advising. So I think people care less, and not everybody, but from my experience, I think people care less about the numbers, more of, can you take care of me?
Yeah. Do
Am
I
I gonna
trust
be
you
okay?
to take care of me?
Am I gonna be okay? Can I trust? Yeah, can I trust you with my money? Like, are my kids gonna be good? Like, if we do this stuff, are they gonna be okay? And if they don't feel that way, you're not gonna get their money from them.
Yeah.
So, but again, it's different walks of life. Some people just want give me the numbers and and tell me what this looks like, and all right, if the numbers look good, we'll do it. But a lot of, like, 90% of the people that I worked with are the opposite, where it's, are you gonna take care of me?
Yeah.
Am I gonna be okay? Like, are we doing this for this reason? And the trust. It's hard to get people to trust someone, especially when you've never had conversations about money, especially with your spouse.
Yeah.
How are you gonna trust somebody else?
Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't even know. I think you mentioned this a little earlier. Like, they don't even know their own finances. So
No.
sometimes the first step is to like teach them what their finances are,
Yeah.
and then you go through the process of helping them like organize it to match
Yeah.
their goals.
Because it's a lot, and it's exactly that. I mean, there's some people that I ask, how much do you spend going out to eat? Oh, I don't know. And then when we get the number, they're like, oh, that's how much I spent. It's like, yeah, that's how much you spent. Did you not see that? And they're like, no, it's because you just swipe.
Yeah.
It's so easy just to swipe nowadays that you don't see it. And some people
Don't even have to swipe now.
no. Now we tap.
Yeah.
And it's insane because people just lose touch with, like, how much am I actually spending. As long as they see money in their account, they're like, oh, okay, I have money. But then they see the next paycheck, and it's living that cycle all over again.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take much to start. It just takes you to want to have this conversation and open it up and actually figure it out. And it'll be a lot easier for you because then you won't have to worry about it. I'll do it for you.
I was just thinking I was going to thank you first of all for having this conversation with me. I wanted to wrap up the
Yes.
conversation by asking you. I think you already answered it, but I wanted to wrap the conversation by asking you if there was like one piece of advice, or if there's like a sentence, or if you had to give someone a gift basket and when they opened it the items would explain kind of like what you do, like what would that be? But I think you answered it. I think you already answered that by saying like just start.
Yeah, it's just to have a conversation. It doesn't need to be this formal thing. Sometimes I take my clients to cafecitos because it makes their walls go down. It's not like I'm in, and some people love to see our offices and they love to come in and actually have a conversation in the office, um, because they want to see, is it a legit office? Is it a hole in the wall? Like what kind of office is this? But sometimes it's just, hey, let's go to lunch. Let's go to a coffee shop if you're open to having a conversation out there, because I want it to feel light, not heavy, because money conversations are heavy.
It's already heavy.
Yeah, so even just thinking about having a conversation to have somebody else tell you how to navigate your money, and it's hard because that's what people think, that I'm here to tell you what to do. I'm here to give you my recommendations. I'm not here to force you to do it. If you don't want to do it and you don't agree with it, that's totally fine. But at least I did my job and told you what it is about. Um, just start. It's so easy. Just have a conversation with someone. I would love to have a conversation with anybody, and it's just that. That's where it starts. And if you can at least open that door, then you took the first step.
Yeah, I think wow. I think that's perfect. I'm gonna leave it at that because I think if money is something that's hard for you, if money has always just been like a scary sore topic, it doesn't have to be. There's people like Evelyn, who are happy to talk to you 5 times if that's what needs to happen, to make sure that you understand, to make sure that you feel comfortable, and to make sure that you're learning what's happening.
Yeah.
Because they had to learn. They had to upkeep this. You're helping them like stay on track, but we have to put in the work to upkeep. So the younger is always best. If you're a little older, anytime is great as long as you're ready to have a conversation. Maybe you're not ready to invest or to go through the process, but you can never be harmed by just knowing what the process even looks like.
Yeah.
So if there's anybody who wants to connect with you, Evelyn, and needs help, how can they reach you?
My phone number. So I'll give you guys my phone number. It's 949-622-7286. You can text or call me, and I'd be willing to have a conversation. Just let me know like where you saw me. That way I'm not like, well, how did you get my number?
We came from
but I'm an advisor for life. As long as my clients want me in their lives, call me at any time. I'm usually readily available if a client wants to talk to me, and we're making a meeting as soon as we can. So, but yeah, I would love to have a conversation with anybody that at least wants to start figuring things out. So it's never too late.
Perfect. Thank you, Evelyn,
Thank
for
you.
your time.
I appreciate you having me.
Thank you all for tuning. This has been the Brand Talk. We will see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.
Oh, that was so great.
Yay. That was cool. I was like, all right, my nerves went away. In the beginning, they were there.
Yeah.
And then they went away.